Okay, welcome to another review by Mark's Angry Review. This time we're going to be talking about research upgrades. I know there are other videos out on YouTube. Some of them are good, some of them are bad about about making your research go quickly. Even the ones that are good, I haven't seen any come out in the past year and a half or so, 2 years. So even if they were good, there's so many more ways of making your research go quicker. Inflation, game inflation. I talk about that elsewhere, but as the game goes along, it gets easier to upgrade, and there are a lot more techniques. I'm not going to mention every single technique. I'm just going to mention a lot of the big ones. I'm sure a lot of you trolls are going to be writing in the comments, "Oh, you missed this, you missed that." Yes, I know. I didn't cover every single way to boost your research, but all the main ways I believe I covered. And if I didn't, hey, be a troll, tell me in the comments. Um, the first way, this is the most obvious way, is upgrade your academy. If you have an academy up at the top, right over here, for example, here we go. Upgrading to level 25 will give you a 30% boost straight away on all research. That's a big deal. 30% is a lot. The next thing is guild helps. I don't have any helps active over here, but if you're playing the game and you're already asking this question, you should already know what the guild helps are. It's a little bar over there. Every time you start a research, it gives opportunity for all your other guild mates to give you help. It either counts for 1 minute or 30%, whichever one is greater. In the case of a 60-day research, 100-day research, those guild helps really, really help. When you're doing a 10-minute research, no one really cares. But in the case of 60 days, 100 days, 200 days, 30%, you're really, really going to care about it. Guild helps, very strong way to get your research going quicker. Speedup and Gems, I mean, there's not much to talk about, it's rather obvious, but, you know, if you use the speed-ups, you could get your research to go quicker, so you don't have to wait. I recommend always waiting for hell events, and for Guild Fest, and for 24-hour events, and that way you could get your money's worth out of it research. If you do save all your research for one 24-hour challenge, you get all these prizes as well, which of course is really cool. There's something called the Turf Club. Don't do it, it's a waste of money, but hey, some of you just made out of money and you just swipe and spend non-stop on this game, which it's a topic for another time. But anyway, $9.99. Subscribe. You get a research 25%. It's a lot. That's a lot. That's a big research. 25% is a lot. But what I don't like about it is you need to keep doing it every month. So you're kind of investing in something that's going to go away really quickly. Unless you know you're planning to do a massive amount of research all in 1 month, then it's worthwhile. Otherwise, it's just really stupid. The next one is the research boosting heroes. Let me just show you for a second. The most famous one, of course, is Trickster. Don't put Trickster as your main hero. You don't. It's a activates when high. That's passive. You don't need to have him as your hero. Please, if you have your Trickster as your main hero, your leader of your castle, you are a moron. If you see anyone with Trickster as their leader, zero them. That's a personal request. Trickster does not need to be a leader. It should never be a leader. He's a terrible army leader. And as soon as you boost him, he's automatically giving you your 25% research. So you gotta be crazy to put him as your leader. That being said, great hero in general. There are a few pay-to-play heroes. Okay, my mouse is being a little funky. I'm using an emulator. Another topic. Petite Devil, Witch Doll, Femme Fatale, and Chaos Dragon. All of these ones have research boosters as well. There are also other ones that I don't have. Get them, upgrade them. If you're already doing it, you may as well get a hero that's giving you a research boost. Gear is really important. I'll put the link to the gear where I talk about it more and greater length. But you want to max out your gear as quick as possible. It's very important. Get the right gear. I have the link in the article below. In the description below, you'll be able to see the full article I have on it. Really important. Gear is critical. If you want to be good at Lords Mobile, get the right gear, especially when it comes to research. And then there's also familiars. There's 2 familiars. Both of them are fantastic. Magus. Let me find it. I haven't maxed all mine. There we go. Magus. Nope, that's the wrong one. And that gives it what it does is if you don't want to hang around and wait for all your guild to give you helps until you reach 30. Sometimes you're doing a big research and you want to straight away get the 30% or the 30 minutes, whatever one you rather want. This support skill lets you hit the button and automatically max out the 30%. And the next one is Trickster. There's a 5% research, but nothing special, but it happens to be this is a really awesome familiar. I have another article about familiars, I'll plug it in below. But it's an awesome familiar, which means you're maxing this anyway as soon as you can. You'll be getting this anyway, so that's 5%, that's something. Nothing great, but something. The configuration, the talents, this over here, this is very, very important. Every time you do a research, you want to make sure you're doing this. This is a 40% research boost. And this over here is a 65. That's 105% research boost. You got to be absolutely nuts to not make sure your talents are on the right settings before you start any research. Again, I've seen people do it, and it shocks me. It's free and it's simple. Just remember to do it. There's also research boosts in the turf boosts. I've used up all my 20%, so I'm going to get more later. But the 10% boost for 1 hour, you're doing a big research, just pop it. I'll pop 20% on. It's a big deal, and it really, really helps. Another technique to use to boost your research is to get the base. The base gives you power to give boosts. Some of them is research, base info, enhance, research speed. The Overlord is the only one that could do this, but he could pay 1800 gems and boost the entire kingdom for 10%. He might not want to do that because he doesn't want other people to have higher research. And also there is a cooldown period of 24 hours. So he can't just keep it going the whole way through. It only lasts 4 hours. So he's only be able to get a bunch of hours. Once a day he can do it for 4 hours. And, he has it for a few days. That's pretty much it. Another technique, and this one is for only one person in the entire kingdom. At the moment I actually have myself um, as the scholar, and the scholar gives a 10% boost, and it's assigned by the overlord or the overlord regent. In this case, Light Fury is the one that actually gave me the title, and I could I get that automatic 10% boost, and when I'm done with it, they'll probably give it off to someone else. Usually, they're not going to give it to anyone that isn't an ally or part of the same guild. So you could always try to ask and send a message to the Overlord and try your luck. But in my experience, I've seen that people are very hesitant to Overlord guilds are very hesitant to give it out because they want to keep it for themselves, which makes sense. Another way to boost the research, and this is very rare. I write about it in the article, but it almost never happens. I've only seen a few. Is research boosting events or speed up boosting events. It happens almost never, but sometimes all speed ups are worth more, and all research are worth more. If you do happen to see one of these events pop up, jump on them. They're very rare, and go for it. Like a moron, most people are not going to do it, but it's worth mentioning for the few people that actually bother listening to my advice. Anyway, if you like my advice on research speed ups, feel free to subscribe, thumbs up this video, or don't. I don't really care. You can also follow me on Twitter, or don't. Have a good day.